like knocked it out. And then a bit more height than that, obviously. But yep.
I'll see you around.
Hi, Alex.
Sorry, mate.
No worries. Yeah, you know you have to be down there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Here. That's yours.
Yeah, so that's on ready to go. Don't have to connect it.
You don't have to know. It's
Great.
all good?
Thank you. I'll just sit down here. Yep.
Okay, all right. Alex, can you say something into the microphone?
I'll test it, yep. Check, 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 mic check. Hello and welcome. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yeah, you don't need to speak that loud. Just
Okay.
normal.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Lightwood Park for this WSL matchup between the Kingborough Lions and South Hobart Football Club. You know, a bit of an interesting couple of weeks in the WSL. Devonport starting to pull away a little bit at the top of the ladder, and these two teams still in with half a chance of the title. It's not mathematically impossible yet, but this game might go a long way to deciding if anyone will be able to chase them down. Currently, in the ladder, Kingborough actually have overtaken South Hobart. Now a point in front of the defending champions, although South Hobart, with a game in hand, had 2 weeks off with the break for the state championships a couple of weeks ago, and then also just with the washout last week. So they've had a bit of time off. I think it'll be interesting to see how Alistair Russell and his staff react to that. I know they have had some injury issues, so maybe the bit of time off has helped them. Kingborough, on the other hand, 4-0 loss up at Devonport last week. That's probably a slight disappointment for Cameron Hazelwood and his coaching staff. A team that has performed pretty well throughout this whole season, but maybe a little bit of a letdown there with an opportunity to potentially close that gap between the league leaders. As I said, only a point separating these two sides, two of the more exciting attacking sides in the league this season. I really enjoy watching both of these teams, so hopefully it'll be a good game. Conditions here at Lightwood, it's a bit chilly, overcast, no wind, which is good down here. The ground not looking as good as it did a few weeks ago, but still in decent condition for this point of the season. I'll really run you through the lineups while we have the chance. So the home team will be the Lions in their blue and black strip. Erica McIntosh will be the goalkeeper for them today. Daniel Kanagisa, captain, and stalwart for them. Tilly Wheels, Ava Wiley, Amelia Howe, and Laura Davis, the number 10. Hannah Walsh has been an absolute revelation this season and been scoring some absolute cracking goals, so all eyes on her this season. Today. Tegan Hennessy, Cara Lashmar, Anna Fuchs and Eloise Payne to round out the lineup for South Hobart, just as we're just about to get underway. So before, I've had a few big ins from injuries as just about to get underway here. But Casey Ponding will be in goals. Leah Browning's back in with Gracie Baez, Bridget Wright as we get it underway. Lucy Booth, Josie Mamich, also hopefully recovered from her injury, with Sammy Watkins, Nikki Mutsatsos getting a rare start for her, with Chelsea Sega against her old side, Pishon Choi and Phoebe Clifford. As we do get underway here at Lightwood Park, and Lions immediately on the front foot through Lashmar. He crosses in. It's not a bad ball, but Davis is not attacking like the post, and Batchelor will mop it up. Batchelor's another one who's struggled with a little bit of injury the last couple of weeks, and maybe a few weeks off might be able to help her game a little bit. The ball comes in and out again. And yeah, looking at the ladder this morning, I just sort of thought that Kingborough might have been a little bit further behind South Hobart, but had the same amount of losses this season, and obviously with the game in hand, Kingborough have that little point advantage at the moment. I think either team can get up here. It'll be a really big result. Even for Kingborough, a point wouldn't be awful for them. Again, South Hobart, that game in hand is against Riverside, and it's a team that struggled probably in their first season at the WSL. So in Kingborough, the pressure early on, and Walsh will try and nick a ball through to Laura Davis' direction. And Ponting will just collect and then look to reset with Bridget Wright. Probably been one of the better players to South Hobart this season, leading the line with Sophie Westwood with a long-term injury. No real protection in front of her either, with Lucy Roberts also out with a long-term injury as well. It's probably been the story of South Hobart's season thus far. Really get the job done in that first game against Devonport, and since then they just haven't really had the cattle to keep pace with them. I'll be looking to maintain a strong end to this season. There's still 6 rounds to go. There's still a lot to play for throughout this WSL season. It's Pishon Choi. It's through some traffic. Laura Davis on the burst through. Can she get a one-on-one? Goes on her right foot. And just misses past the left-hand post. Trust her in those situations most of the time. Got straight through on goal. Just a nice ball through. And Davis bustling through. Couldn't quite sort her feet out. Ponting able to cover off that near post just enough. It remains 0-0 early in this half. And as I said, Kingborough started really well. Good energy. The midfielders. Kanagisa might have sought that one out. Fuchs. Bit of a hairy delivery for McIntosh. She does well just to volley it out of play in the end. Hennessy, fresh off her state appearances, one of the young players in the WSL who is representing Tasmania. It's nice work by Howell and Walsh selling the candy nicely. Some direct ball searching for someone. Tilly Wills had sort of come inside, and I think that's where Walsh wanted her to be. It's good recovery from another young player. Really good talent throughout the WSL at the moment. She was able to counter press there with Clifford. It's turned out of trouble by Howells. Mamich trying to play Mutsatsos in behind. I think Sega will attack that ball. Kanagisa trying to put Davis in again. Booth, a bit of a pass to no one. Didn't get a good call from any of her teammates. From Lashmar, wants it again from Davis. Just trying to sort her feet out. She'll end up spreading it over the other side. There's Wheels. Ball's in it. It's a decent height, but well caught by Ponting. Kingborough starting with some very good energy today. They'll be looking to right a little bit of a wrong from last week, where just caught Devonport on an excellent day. Lucy Foot with some absolutely cracking finishing. It was probably 2 or 3 goals, you think. On any other day, could have gone the other way for them and they would have been in with a better chance, but Devonport did have their finishing boots on. And Tsartos with the ball in, skipped in towards McIntosh. And yeah, just a tough old road trip up to Valley Road and back, especially when you lose by that amount. Pichon Choi sorting her feet out well. Wants a runner, doesn't have anyone. Sitting a little bit high. The other big news with this little break is no Maddie Chambers for South Hobart, who just had a cameo a month or 2 back in Tassie. Was a very exciting player for South Hobart, really throughout that whole time on that left-hand flank. And Tsartos has come over into the side and playing on the right wing. And Watkins has gone on to her natural left foot. A strong throw in to the Davis direction. Bridget Wright for company. Clifford shielding the ball and ends up giving up a throw in. Might have just crossed the line a bit further up. Ava Wiley will take the throw in. It's a late run from Kanagisa. And Browning trying to come away with it. Very aggressive sort of ball. Mamich is trying to chase it down. McIntosh didn't get her spacing right. Falls over. It's Mamich. She walks it in the end. A dangerous chaos ball. Not sorted out by the Kingborough defence. And that's a goal that's come against the run of play completely. But you're not going to give Josie Mamich a second bite at that one. And I'll go up 1-0 early here. And Josie Mamich continuing her strong goal-scoring form throughout this season. I think Kingborough, you can tell by just the pace that they brought that ball back in. They think, no, we're on top here. Just a little mistake. We've got to get back into this game now. I've seen a few high-scoring contests down at Lightwood this year, and this might be another one. It's Wheels. An early goal with Watkins now for South Hobart. Trying to play through Kanagisa. Wiley. Taking back up at the top. Kanagisa with an interesting ball in. Lashmar's there. Blocked by Ponting. Lashmar will come again. Finds Walsh. Can't make the touch and right off the referee. And another good opportunity for Kingborough. They've had 2 pretty decent chances. That one was well managed by Ponting. Lashmar doing as much as she could. Walsh trying to get through 3 white shirts and does so. Fuchs didn't hit that ball well, just undercooked it, but Tsartos gives it right back to her. Fuchs tries to go through 3 players. Browning goes over the top. And Booth just a turn. Doesn't have any options. It's a good call from Ponting, but he doesn't have the best pace on it. Here's Wheels. It's the call to shoot from the bench. Doesn't take the opportunity. If that was in the Hannah Walsh direction, she would have popped that one top bins. But again, it's little half chances for Kingborough. They're coming thick and fast, but nothing to be taken at the moment. South looking uncharacteristically just a little bit off it in terms of their possession. Just trying to sort out their midfield structure a little bit. Right will play it wide to Phoebe Clifford. These players just come across from Kingborough from last season. Another good throw from Riley. Davis trying to poke it towards Lashmar. She's lurking back there, though. Well, she's running onto with her left. It's a great save. Put that one in a good direction. Trying to wrong foot the keeper. So left foot, dangerous Hannah Walsh. And South Hobart remain one up here. An electric start from both teams. Ball's a decent one. Tapped at the back post by Hennessy. Walsh tees it up and tries to chip the keeper. And again, narrow miss for the Lions. They're putting some shots on goal at the moment. I think for South, they just got to try and see if they can't weather this opening storm from the Kingborough Lions. They're playing quite direct. Byers is chasing that one down. This time McIntosh safely pouches it. Just on the goal, she's got a bit caught up on where it was bouncing, sort of in between where you need to be to get it on the full or on the half volley, and misread it completely. And as a striker, they're the ones you want to just put the back line under pressure, see that panic happen, and couldn't sort it out. Manimich, excellent pressure again, using that pace and running ability. Now it is Kingborough who maintain possession advantage at the moment. Watkins. A little bit late on Howes that she got the ball through to her captain. Here's Davis. Trying to turn the corner again. Doesn't really have any options. Hennessy behind her. Again, 3-on-1. They're just managing Davis. And I think that's probably the plan that they need to make sure they're sticking to. Make her see 2, maybe 3 defenders. See if you can't isolate her. Still often will just bustle her way through Laura Davis, but here's Walsh on the right foot, hits it well and puts it away. Beautifully hits, and it's 1-1 to Kingborough. They've been right on it so far today, pulling that one back quickly and very, very neatly responded to by the Lions. And Hannah Walsh continues to just thump the ball into the back of the net this season. And we saw some good goal scoring from the strikers last week, but that is right up there with as clean a hit that you will see. I don't know what they're feeding them down here at the Den. Kobe Kemp and Hannah Walsh, they're both fantastic finishers from any sort of distance. And it's straight back underway here at Lightwood Park. And then Lashmar really putting Booth under the pump. Gets around, Sega cuts in on her right foot. Great save by Ponting, and does rebound back to a Kingborough player. Walsh will follow up again and go wide. Trying to find Wheels, and Kingborough really turning the screws on South Hobart here today. And maybe just that little bit of time off hasn't helped them with the pace of play. And Kingborough really getting some shots in and pressuring hard. It's a good turn from Watkins, though. She'll try and play direct to Mamich. It's a bit of a tricky ball. McIntosh, again, I think maybe she's just happy to hang in her box and make sure she's just catching it cleanly at the moment. Best touch from Kanagisa, but works well back and managed to turn the ball back over and keep it in Kingborough's possession. Walsh lumps it forward. Good little touch. Wills trying to explore some space. Bridget Wright for company. Two agile players. Not the best ball, and Choi will cut it out. She'll go direct. Mamich is onside. It's a really good run from the South Hobart striker. Needs to cut back on her right. Oh, hits it and over the top. Set it up so well, Josie Mamich. Did everything right. And that's a chance gone begging for South Hobart. They're playing very much more on the break. And they probably tend to do, using Mamich as a bit of a battering ram up there. And she's almost made it a brace in the space of 15 minutes. It's been a high-tempo game, so we might be in for a bit of a goal fest today. Two teams that love to attack. Here's Choi, one of these players who is dangerous. That's lovely feet on the midfielder. I think Lashmar didn't know too much about that, but made a good challenge. Ball up to Davis is a good one. She controls it well. Doesn't have much support. We'll look for Kanagisa. She's run on forward, though. It's got Wills and Kanagisa. Wills has gone in that direction. A little bit overcooked from the Lions captain. Tartos has time. Played into Browning. Looking for the 1-2, but Walsh is there. All into Hennessy. Kanagisa. The ball, and maybe a sniff of a foul on Choi, but maybe the ball is a good one anyway. Here's Browning trying to bustle her way through. She's got Watkins wide if she wants her. Goes back inside into traffic and hits it a little bit softly. And Watkins in a lot of space out on the left there. Could have switched out to her. But wanted to go her own and couldn't catch it that cleanly. As Choi will head that one away. And a very strong start. Both teams, a lot of energy in this game. A rivalry potentially between these two teams as well. Again, a few shared players who've played for both clubs, especially a little bit of an exodus last season from the Den to the south. It would be a pretty good feeling for Kingborough if they end up finishing above them on the table, and very narrowly defeated in that statewide cup final as well. Real great game that was. And Wiley trying to flip it down the line. It's well blocked off by Phoebe Clifford. The long ball, which has been the bane of both teams so far. Davis able to turn Sega. It's a low ball. A bit of pace on it. Walsh was lingering at the top of the box. Taken by Ponting, who's been very busy so far today. She'll thump it up forward. Payne will try and be put under pressure by Mamich. Easily headed away by Fuchs. And both teams just attacking the ball. Watkins trying to go around Wiley. Didn't have any options down the line. Payne tries to clear. He's right, bustling forward from centre back. Tartos' ball only finds a hand of a Kingborough player. And we will catch our breath just for a brief moment in this first half, which has been absolutely scintillating in terms of pace, end to end at times. And a lot of opportunities for both teams. Right, we'll take it. Flip it into the box. Play by Fuchs. Kingborough might look to counter here. They've got Davis isolated on Clifford. She'll have to go back, though. Payne. It's ball to Howe. Choi trying to press from deep. Does force a bit of a skewed clearance and now right. And just try and play directly again. Judges their pass well. And away by a Wiley. Watkins just not being able to keep that one in. Bit of a big day of football down here at Lightwood today. Going off with this WSL clash. But then the under-21s and the men's NPL to come. Header in from Hennessy. Walsh in a bit of space. Very two-footed player. Lashmar able to stay on side. Right, dropped off enough there, and then Booth coming across and making a block. Hennessy will throw it in. Way by Choi. Sartos gets bullied off it. Kanagisa. Kingborough will try and work it out of space here. Lashmar now. Deep ball in. Looking for Davis. Just turn the corner. Just bobbles up in the air a little bit. Well done by Watkins, who's tracked back. Bill's using her body well, though. Finds Walsh. Here's Davis. Wants it back. Walsh does. Good touch and well away by Sega. A piece of play by Kingborough, but well managed by South in the end. See that? Really a dynamic understanding that the front four of Kingborough have. Wills has come along really nicely this season for them. And if you get Walsh and Davis sort of looking for each other, it's a hard dynamic to manage. There's Walsh again. To go around the outside of Choi. Long ball, pointing flaps. Lashmar had time and goes for a little bit of a jump. A jab almost, and skews it off well wide. Had time to take a little touch. And tried to go just for the quick option instead. Was a bit of an awkward sort of height for her, but again, just a little bit of composure in this final third for Kingborough. I think that could be further up here. His Wheels. It's a good ball to Davis. Go back to Walsh. She'll just pull the trigger. Slips over a little bit and blocked away. Just joining us here at Lightwood is 1-1 between Kingborough and South Hobart. South Hobart in their away white kit today. And it's a team that, matchup that could decide second place on the ladder. It's only 1 point beside them. Nice feet from Watkins. Just to find the middle with Choi. Spreads it out wide. Starts running out of room. Just a little bit unlucky not to keep that one in. It's well thrown in by Hennessy. Taking it quickly to Lashmar. Huge sliding tackle from Choi. Out of absolutely nowhere. This big jump in from the dynamic South Hobart midfielder. Nice to play a much more defensive role this season. In the stead of Lucy Roberts, the injury that happened in the Summer Cup final. Lashmar will take the corner. It's a decent ball. Hennessy led with a backside. Didn't get much purchase on the ball. South will try and counter now. Mamich with a good ball forward. And Sartos is in behind. Payne comes across well. Manages it well. Wants her right foot though. Might just have to play this one out of play safely. Sartos parrying well. Payne just sort of sits on it. Does well in the end. Just to concede the throw in. Really put under a lot of pressure there from Sartos. There'll be one player that, again, played both of these clubs kind of on and off, I'd say. Someone who will need to impress and probably put that kind of wing spot under her control for the rest of this season. Browning, played by Walsh. Watkins, well in by Wiley. He's had a strong start to the game. Does well and, yeah, copped a little bit too much in the back from Watkins. And we'll take another little breather. This game has been played at a pretty high tempo. 25 or so gone in the game. Turn through some traffic. Fuchs in space, just to make sure her switch is good. Hennessy just chips it up in the air. It's being a pretty effective ball. Walsh has a bit of an air swing though. That's a bit more controlled from the Kingborough combination. It was central to Davis. Sega managing it well. Lashmar has been active this half. She'll get it again. Can she get through a few South Hobart shirts? The answer is no. And again, looking quite direct south. Slightly uncharacteristic, as I said earlier. Team that is a little bit more attacking with the controlled possession. It's sort of very direct counter-attacking. That's a bit better from south. Browning shapes to shoot. Is it okay? Gosh, sprawling for it. Damage right on the hammer of the Kingborough goalkeeper. Let's see, she's going to poach any sort of opportunity that she can today. South Hobart number 9. Browning, Choi and Baez with some beautiful combination play. Just a little bit of a chat here between the assistant referee and the referee. I've spotted something wrong with the goals, it seems like. And these goals on wheels is convenient for the clubs, but just shifting off the line a little bit. There might have been some jewellery on one of the players or something like that, but really just a ground maintenance from referees. So nice in swinger and Browning. Tilly Wheels trying to get through a few South Hobart shirts. Can't do it. Sartos has come back defensively well. Lashmar with a really good ball, and Davis, fantastic touch. Got right on a hammer. Can she go all the way? On her left foot, cuts inside and just misses again. A little bit skewed from the best strikers in the league. He's had good breakaway opportunities. I think Bridget Wright just doing enough to stick with her. She's got some pace as well. And, just that ball carrying technique from Laura Davis. So hard to dispossess while going at such a high speed. South, I think in some ways a little bit lucky have scored a goal in this game in a way. A little bit of a mistake from Kingborough, but Kingborough potentially could be 2 or 3 goals to the good here. They've been really attacking and fashioning some good opportunities. Just missed a couple of half to almost 75% opportunities. I think the coaching staff will be very happy with how that's tracking for them, at least in the creation of opportunities. And now it's just about composure to take them. Well, she's already shown she is just a classy finisher. I want to be, if they can't emulate her the rest of this game. South, on the other hand, haven't been able to get much momentum in terms of possession in this game. Last 5 minutes or so, they've had a few nice little combinations through the midfield. And as I said, I think that's maybe a little bit of a question since Lucy Roberts has gone out of the side. It's just the structure. Both Byers and Choi both very versatile players, but they both probably want to be pushing on a little bit more than what they've been able to do. And you can see that Choi, it feels like she doesn't have the opportunities that she wants in front of her. And that's probably been the story of the game. Haven't been able to work the angles well enough, and Kingborough's defence have been marking the wingers well enough. It's well done by Lashmar coming through. I think she might have handled it, but referee either didn't see it or thought it's come off her anyway. And Kingborough lump it forward. Right comes forward to collect that one. Here's Clifford. A little bit more push through their fullbacks as well. Clifford. Can you combine with Watkins? And Payne's come across and works it out of play. As Davis try and stamp her authority on the ball there. Choi is starting to get involved in this game now. I want to be playing through her as much as they can, I think. Here's Watkins. He's come inside nicely. Clifford's overlapped. That's a little bit of the difference of playing a right-footed fullback on the left-hand side. And I did say Batchelor was out there earlier. She's on the bench so far. Maybe slight lingering injury issue for her. And I think she's been invaluable with her kind of overlapping runs on that left-hand side when South are looking their best. They've kind of opted for traditional wingers, both on their stronger-footed side. And inside fullbacks. There's Clifford linking up nicely with Watkins and stolen away by Payne for Kingborough. There's Booth. Opens up well. A bit soft on the pass, and it starts to slip slow. And Lashmar, and he's been on the ball quite a lot. It's a decent ball for Davis. He's got Hennessy overlapping. Has to go back. It's well done by Wright, but this is where they have the numbers. Foul. Tries to spread it wide. Wheels has come narrow to try and help Davis, but have the space. Watkins now getting a bit of momentum. Has to put Payne under some pressure. I'm trying to just marshal it out of play, and does well to win a throw. A little nick off Watkins on the way out. Just feels like South are just working their way into this game now. Still not having as much clean possession as you probably think they've had in some other games, but they're starting to pressure Kingborough a lot more effectively. And Davis has been pretty well held thus far. That's well done by Browning. It's into the space. Tried to slip through Watkins and well away by Wiley, who's been one of Kingborough's best on so far. Here's Walsh. Hennessy. Bit of a difficult bouncy ball for Booth and Lashmar to deal with. Booth does well enough. Just play Sega and Davis right there. And the referee says South Hobart throw. It's just the added dynamic of former teammates matching up on each other. We've seen a fair bit of each other in training, you'd think. Chelsea Sega and Maura Davis over the last year or so. Booth will find Choi. He's looking for something short. Ball from Matsatsos. Doesn't find the feet of her teammate. Walsh, can she keep it in? She can. Swings back on the right and looks to play a dangerous ball. And just got to be reading their plays a little bit more. Kingborough, they're sort of playing these balls into no one at the moment. Watkins is absolutely sacked by Wiley, who had better of a counterpart thus far, but this time Watkins gets through. But Will's really pleading her case for a throw-in. South will get another one, though. Watkins trying to bump in the back of Wiley. Browning, nice turn. It's a good ball through to Watkins. She's inside on her left foot. Didn't catch it that well. It was a nice ball from Browning. Watkins has made a good run in behind that time. Really well timed. And the first real shot at goal. Maybe just a sider needed for Sammy Watkins. And Kingborough just have to be a little bit careful. And South playing a little bit on the break this half. And just can't afford to switch off at any point. Leah Browning, only a few touches of the ball, but when she has, she's looked absolutely dynamite on it. As Fuchs will just clear away from the South Hobart press. Both will chuck it in. And it will go to Choi. Just need that little bit of inside support. Sega, really aware of the Davis threat. Ashmar just hoping that Wright would maybe not be there, but she was, and she'll carry it over the other side. I think that's a good decision from South Hobart senior players. Shielded off it by Wheels, but does well to Browning. I'll say again, been very slick on the ball today. It's a nice piece of patient play in the number 10. And she's had Howell for company. Howell, really traditional defensive midfielder, will just sit in front of the back four. And this is where they just haven't had a lot. Haven't been able to switch effectively. Sega's going to have to really get there. As Davis puts good pressure on. Wills tries to slip her captain straight back in. Now Davis in a one-on-one with Wright. Walsh making sure she stayed on side, but they halted her momentum a little bit. Both will deal with it. Sartos has nixed it inside, but goes straight to Lashmar, and she'll go direct. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot. So maybe you feel like just a strong ball in towards Walsh, but you can catch it again. And game's evened out a little bit as we hurtle towards the half-time whistle. Kingborough. Go again. Sega. A good challenge. Wills will go around the outside and use her pace. Gets caught a little bit by Clifford. It's a good cross. And then headed away. Hennessy with a bit of a challenging ball to deal with. Mamich blocks off well. Mutsatsos in acres here. Hennessy's working hard back. Scott Mamich in the middle. Goes early. It's a decent ball. Mamich just a little bit underneath it. And it does go out of play. Threatening ball in by Nikki Mutsatsos. And just listening into the captain there, just giving some directions to the young fullback Hennessy, just wanting to play a little bit slower. If they've got players out of position. It's a challenging ball. Mutsatsos heads it down. Mamich. Mutsatsos, does she have left foot? Goes down, nothing doing. And well done by Wiley not to foul there. And take it away. Baez. Seen too much of her. She's been pretty closely marked by Walsh and Kanagisa, sort of teamed up on her in Kingborough's defensive shape. And South working their way into this game now. Still 1-1 down at Lightwood Park, and you just sort of almost sense that Kingborough may rue some of these missed opportunities they've had in the first 20 minutes or so. A couple of good open shots they've had. A couple of Davis one-on-ones as well. I expect her to get at least one of those. And now South with a bit of territory. Clifford, I'll slid in his Wills. Mutsatsos. her ball a little bit confused and go out of play for Wiley trying to get up to Kanagisa. Flooding players forward here now, the Lions. Kanagisa. Can't get through. Byers now. It's nice feet. And it's an awesome through ball. Doesn't sit up for Matsatsos. Got the ball. Doesn't complain about the foul, so just didn't quite get there. That's a bit of a slippery kind of corner for both the fullback and the winger. Choi. It's a nice one too with Browning. Matsatsos tries to play it through, but Fuchs is lurking and sweeping off the back there. Browning slices kind of, she's aiming just to lump it in the danger zone. About 5 minutes to go in this half, so why the team scores again, it's such a momentum piece. Really, always that confidence at half time. So dropped off by Wheels. Wiley. Kanagisa does get there first. Tries to play in Davis. It's well done by Booth. Ashmar was free at the back post. I think that would have found her in some space. Now South on the counter again with Matsatsos coming inside. Hennessy works hard back though. Browning. Done by Hennessy. Howell has a bit of time. She'll play it forward. Blocked off by Baez. And well away by Mamich. Clifford goes around and cops a leg. Two Wheels. Again, just got her arms up in, I guess, an apology. And South will have an interesting little free kick here. Done by Phoebe Clifford. It's to fake out her opposing player. Can be Browning to stand over this one. Kijong Choi tends to be a danger woman to look out for. Browning plays it in. Watkins is there. Kanagisa heads it up. Choi. And a bit of volleyball here. And it will come away. Lashmar will just have to get it away. It's a decent ball on her left foot, though. Finds Davis's feet. Try and get out of trouble. Second on well. And Davis tries to play it quickly. And away by Wright. Matsatsos. And we'll be out for Kingborough throw. Thrown in and Choi will just to head it forward. Hal can't get it under her control. It's a bit of a hard ball. Walsh is judging that one perfectly. Has to slip through Davis. Can she get in front of Wright? In her body. Ponty with a big slide in. Got the ball. Straight into Davis. Maybe straight into Wright there and out for a corner. Short from Davis. The best ball back from Lashmar. Turns back on it though. Goes around enough players. Goes in the box over the top. Walsh is there and Ponting does claim it. And appeals to the referee and gets a yellow card for a trouble. Walsh just leaving a foot in there. I think she made contact. And maybe a little bit stiff to get a yellow card out of that situation, but probably worth a free kick. Ponting well on top of her goalkeeping rights there. And that will be the first slice of cheese for the game. Hannah Walsh receiving that yellow card.
Knee in your shoulders, yeah. Away, don't get beaten.
Watkins will try and put South on the front foot again. Lashmar. It's got some good moments, but also maybe a couple of moments have just let herself down a little bit. Here's Walsh. Wanting to play it forward. Didn't really have anything in front of her. Next to Howes and Hennessy. It's a nice touch from Powell. It's a good ball for Wheels. Tries to play in Kanagisa. Should drag it back for Davis. Well, marshalled again by Bridget Wright. Sega and Wright have been just enough in this game. Sega's had a few great challenges on Laura Davis. Really stepping up for that challenge today. And Wright, as ever, sort of busy in the back four. Kingborough try and launch this one in through Lashmar. Had a good arc on it, but it's always heading out. Might be sort of limited opportunities to attack more in this first half. Right, we'll try and play it up to Watkins. At Ava Wiley able to challenge and put off the left winger for South Hobart. Ball coming forward. Tilly Wheels earning another throw in for Kingborough. The Wheels to throw it in again. Trying to use Kanagisa as a bit of a hold-up player. She poke it through to Davis. Here's Watkins. Choi has Walsh pressuring, and Watkins slipped over. He's struggling with a little bit of a knock here, Tegan Hennessy. And that will be that in a very entertaining first half here at Lightwood Park. 1-1 is the score, with Josie Mamich getting a breakaway goal for South Hobart and Hannah Walsh replying a wonderful finish, just nestled under the bar for Kingborough. And Kingborough, over that first 20 minutes, will be a little bit disappointed they didn't put more of their opportunities away.
No,
South Hobart
are the rumours true?
starting to work their
Is
way.
that the new steakhouse stack? Crispy
So, all to play
onions,
for in the
creamy
second half.
peppercorn mayo.
The way the
It's
momentum's
finally
heading,
landed.
South, just with that week off, potentially 2 weeks off, potentially we'll be gearing up for a bit more of a bigger second half from then. Responding had a bit to do.
Our McCafe blend isn't just barista crafted across Australia. Our beans are also sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, then roasted in Melbourne. Just another reason it's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Get comfy and we'll see you soon.
Our McCafe blend isn't just barista crafted across Australia. Our beans are also sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, then roasted in Melbourne. Just another reason it's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Got to make sure I get it on camera. Got to make sure people know I can kick a ball.
first started doing it, it got really weird. Yeah. Feel that? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I'll get the whole goal shoot.
Yeah. I finally realized. Yeah, yeah. She's been going off, or her and Callum have been on for like higher level training, and they've brought that stuff back to like she's been running earlier, like running not for yeah, so we're doing like that was more
Oh, boss, you never stopped, do you, boss?
Yeah, no. Enjoying the call. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
What's that? But you can't know we was? We're in no rush, are we, boss? Watkins, boss. What's that? What's that? Oh, are we in special time, boss? I'll get in there and do it now, boss. What's that?
Battery. Great, thank you.
Especially in the corners. Yeah, thanks.
Welcome back to Lightwood Park for this WSL matchup between Kingborough Lions and South Hobart Football Club. We are 1-1 after half-time. Both teams playing some good football and some good attacking football. And I'm excited to see what the second half has in store for us. Goal scorers so far again, Josie Mamich with the first goal for South Hobart, and then Hannah Walsh with the reply for Kingborough. So the referee readies his watch and whistle. And
No,
we are back
are the rumors
underway.
true? Is
here
that
at
the new
Lightwood.
steakhouse stack? Crispy,
A little bit
onions,
darker out
creamy
here.
peppercorn
The
mayo.
overcast
It's
conditions.
finally landed.
Physical challenge from players as Walsh. It's a bit of a tumble. So wondering what the messaging would have been at halftime for both of these sides. Looks like they've come out both unchanged thus far. Still with the same structure. And big thumping clearance away by Wiley. And Watkins and Matsats are still playing on the same wing, so they haven't inverted that against South. Just playing traditional wingers. It's well in by Wiley. Really coming to her own in the second half of the season for Kingborough. She's had a good game. Right back for the Lions. Clifford, I think that went in the danger spot. Payne trying to nick it away. She does. Kanagis is under pressure. Decent little touch over the top from Wheels. Here's Davis. Trying to turn the corner on Sega, who's had a bit of a handful with the Lions captain. Cuts back inside. Lashmar's lurking, and well done by Ponting. And very solid between the sticks for South today. It's like Davis has just changed her boots over. The bright green, new looking kind of wheels on earlier to some slightly older pair. Just a little bit of a comfort change for the Lions captain. And Kingborough will try and turn the screws here. Wiley, nice long throw. Right, will nod it away. Here's Choi. Trying to play it up to Mamich. Well turned array. Payne. Which leaves it behind. Watkins. All through to Mamich. He's onside. Cuts it back to the top of the box. Browning. It's away by Howe. Well done by the defensive midfielder. Had to track that run. It's not the best clearance though, Troy. The firm ball for Mamich. He controls it well and doesn't connect with it well. And it's been pretty end-to-end all game here today. Mamich hasn't had a lot of space to run. There's been probably 2 occasions where he's been able to get in those one-on-one opportunities. Payne dealing really well with one of the more dangerous forwards in the league. Matsartos bustling her way through now. It's Choi. Clifford trying to overload the left. It's a decent run, but Lashmar tracked well. Wiley tries to release through Walsh. Choi right up the back of her. Doesn't make a tackle though. Right will control. Try and keep it in. Does so. Not on from Clifford is not effective. It's Wiley. Nice ball and took a bit of a bobble in front of Bridget Wright. Just at half-time, they try to look at the condition of the ground. It's not quite as carpet-like as it was probably a month ago down here at Kingborough. It's a little bit damp in spaces. That's a little bit of a tricky cross. And Ponting dealing with it well. And again, it just has been a little bit slippery out there. It's a little bit bobbly. It's losing a few chunks at the moment out of the Lightwood pitch. So maybe that was another reason for the boot change from Davis. And Fuchs will play it out wide. Clifford just had a ball just hop in front of her. A little bit bobbly out here today. And taken quickly into Walsh. Lackadaisical in. She's done that. But she's put right under a little bit of pressure. South now looking slightly more comfortable in this second half, I have to say. It is still early. Look like they've organised themselves just a little bit better. Fuchs got into that. McIntosh went for it well in the end. That's really where South's goal came from, though. Have a mix up at the back for Kingborough. Oh, Walsh going in hard with Choi. Choi winning that battle. Payne has to just play it out safely. And the intensity shown from South in the early part of the second half has been a little bit more direct, a little bit more intent, and faster on the press. Here's Baez. Ball into the mixer, away by Wiley. And would be in the votes for me today so far. And one way to play, that's nicely scooped by Davis. He's got Lashmar streaming forward on her right, and Sega's done very well to hold her up. It's been a fantastic battle as well. Sega, I'd say, with the colours so far today. Here's Lashmar, though. Let's go in the middle. Davis turns onto her right. Doesn't have space. Back heel for Walsh. Pokes over the top and over the bar in the end. Tried for a little toe poke into the top corner. From that angle, don't mind a little toe poke if you don't have confidence on your left foot. But got underneath it and scooped over the top of Ponting's goals. There's good intensity shown by the Kingborough attackers again. Both teams attacking with a lot more vigour in this second half. And I just want to say it might be a little bit more end-to-end in this second half. As good as the first half was, it's like my team's really wanting to win this one. Again, a draw probably doesn't benefit either team. And South having the game in hand. There'll still be a point behind for another week until they can get that catch-up game. Mamich is onside, flag stayed down. Touch was just a little bit slow, and it's well recovered by Payne. Pressed her well, though. Watkins, she's got on her left foot, tries to cut in. Lashmar, though, covering very well for Ava Wiley, working really well together defensively on this near side for Kingborough. Kanagisa. Baez hard on her hammer. Lashmar to go around on former teammates. A dynamic young duo for last season for Kingborough. Now foes. And Watkins able to put Lashmar under enough pressure. Clifford will go to the Watkins direction. Sliced away by Wiley. Throwing behind for Mamich. Turns on it and gets clipped, and that will be a free kick. And a little bit of a dangerous position here. South Hobart. Browning will line this one up. And referee just walking Walsh back. Wheels a bit slow to get behind this line. Lining themselves up. Sartos queuing up at the back post. Here's Browning. Dangerous ball! And McIntosh does it better than everyone else. Didn't even have to extend a little chest mark. So casual. She spins that ball. And lumps it forward. Lashmar winning that one. And Davis and Sega. Physicality. That's a good ball for Walsh. She's poked it back into Lashmar direction. Touches it for Walsh. That's for Choi. And then away by South Hobart. Watkins trying to keep it in. Doesn't quite. And okay, launched in the end by Kingborough. Choi just playing it off the corner flag. And linesman says it's a goal kick. I don't think even the South Hobart players agreed with him there, but they'll take it, that's for sure. And a bit up in arms the Kingborough crowd and some of the players on the bench near me. It's a long ball forward. It's cut out. Wheels with the pressure. Goes through the back of Choi. No foul given. That's a good turn from Davis. Goes on her right foot. Sega. Done, but done from Davis. Tries to set it up for the double dogs. Kanagisa was in space. And very crucial intervention made by, I think it was Bridget Wright. Sartos. All turned away. She goes direct now. Payne, a half volley. Mucky through the middle here. Wiley again with a strong challenge. Wheels with a raking ball forward, and Wright will just play it straight back to Choi. Kingborough pressing quite high here. And that's well shielded off by Howes. Backing up her full-back well there. Ball coming in. Oh, geez, dangerous ball from Watkins. And it's probably been the story of this second half, some really good attacking intent from both sides. Nothing clean presenting itself yet. Now Kingborough will try and control the possession a bit more. They don't have any options in the midfield for them. No one's come short. And so it has to go wide. It's well pressed by South front three. A lot more pressing intent in the second half from South Hobart. Here's Watkins. Inside. Back on her left foot. Slips over. Payne dealing with it well. Clifford. Goes low, top of the box. Baez. And away by Fuchs. South starting to really put the back four of Kingborough under pressure here. It's a nice long ball in. Falls to Choi. Goes low. And blocked again. See Booth. Puts it back in the mixer. Tee it back up for Mamich. Captain's armband on. Very well held by Walsh. Or Matsatsos. That's well done by Kanagisa. Walsh in space. Gonna have to carry it. Tries to put Davis in. And Wright was positioned perfectly. Sweeping up the danger. Kanagisa maybe could have carried that herself for a little bit just to draw the player. Electing to play Davis in. I think South Hobart are just so aware of Davis's threat in behind that it's just an option that you kind of need to look to a little bit later or when she's in a lot of space. It's been Sega silly player marking Laura Davis. And then Bridget Wright to be able to follow up and then sweep up the crumbs. Hasn't been the most fruitful day for the Lions. Talisman. It's Davis trying to turn inside again. Choi doing well. And just a little bit indecisive about how to move the ball forward at times. Fish on Choi. Just wants some different options and she'll just take it herself. Because there's no options for it. Puts a little step over on and then goes around the outside. Another set of quick feet. Hennessy battling well. Spinning the walls a little bit today. Full back. McIntosh will send this one up in the air. It's a little bit skewed. Wills will try and keep it in. And still leads her a little bit. Wills and Lashmar have just changed wings in the last 5 minutes or so. So he's set up with Lashmar on this near side. Ball back in to Gracie Baez. And South will mop it up again against South Hobart. Looking a lot more characteristic in this second half. I'm trying to put that pressure on. And Walsh getting in front well. Choi. Again, such similar profile players. Such power. And Choi doing really well to handle Walsh. There's Watkins. Again held by Ava Wiley. Looks like they will make substitution here, South Hobart. And Sophie Westwood making her first appearance in quite a few weeks. With Lucy Booth coming off for South Hobart. So that's a good sign for them. They're most experienced players. And she looks like she's lining up as a fullback. Sega has played that role in the past. It looks like she's staying in the middle. And really challenge to keep warm, I think, for any substitutions coming on today. It really drops a couple of degrees in temperature down here, as it tends to do in the shadow of the mountain. Here's Clifford. Can't get through. Payne. And by Mamich. Looks it in the middle. And he's going to have to be clean. It's Artsos. Watkins on her right foot. Chips it over the top and puts it into the top corner. And puts South Hobart 2-1 up. Scoring against their old club. On a weaker foot. Sammy Watkins. Giving it to a couple of players on the Kingborough bench, maybe. And that is a cracking finish, and it's going to put Lions under a bit of pressure here. The second half, South have come to play and able to put that into a bit of scoreboard pressure. Wiley will try and come back straight away. For South, they'll be really, see, almost here kind of from the bench. It's just a little bit more intense throughout this whole second half, really. Really, it's kind of a bit of an evidence of this rivalry, and with so much overlap of players. And celebrating it well, Sammy Watkins, so no lack of celebration against the old club. Quite, I respect. Here's Payne. That's a nice piece of play. Powell, Walsh. Shapes to shoot. Lashmars not on the side. A little bit of confusion there. See the South Hobart players, they're wanting. I realise, oh, Walsh is on the ball, let's close her down. Just couldn't quite get her angles right. I think if the Lions lose this game, they will just think back to that first 20 minutes. Say, we probably coughed up a fairly easy goal and probably could have had one or two more ourselves. But South showing their class here. And have a little look on the live ladder. That will be just a little leapfrog for South Hobart with a game in hand. Game isn't over yet. And here's Davis. Go back on her right foot. So many white shirts around her. Wills trying to play it in. Westwood with a bit of a soft header. And a bit of a hard game to come back a few weeks off. Wiley turns inside. Namich. Here's Payne. He's going to have to use Howell. About 5 South Hobart players rushing towards her. They do have a switch if they can get it. Don't know if they can. It's well done by Wills. Has 2 hands around Clifford and she did well to get the ball around her opponent. Just couldn't quite release herself from the shackles of Phoebe Clifford. And another foul for South Hobart. Here's Payne. Tries to give it in, does. It's a dangerous ball. Hennessy's going to have to get there. Does. Ball goes long. Kanagisa is lurking. Gets the ball. His Wills. Choi. It's been really good tracking back today. And probably one of the key defensive players for South Hobart today. I think that action just is, I think, Kingborough's weakness, I guess, over the last couple of weeks. Well, sorry, years, I would say, where they just go a little bit faster than maybe they need to. He's playing very direct at times. And it does pay off when you do have a player like Laura Davis there. But I think, from my perspective, just want to mix it up just a little bit more than they do at times. It's a nice ball out from McIntosh. And Mutsatsos tracking down young Tegan Hennessy. A bit of a flurry of activity on the Kingborough bench. There's a bit of warming up happening. Here's Davis. Wills is out nice and wide. Payne's going to have to hit an inch-perfect ball to hit her, though. And does decently, but again, Clifford, well positioned. Browning. Nice ball in front of Mamich. Doesn't have a lot of support out there, though. Payne has done pretty well. All game on Mamich, I have to say. Payne's another player, I think, unsung throughout the league in how good she is defensively. And she'll play a ball into Walsh. Again, Choi and Walsh will resume their battle. Again, two of the best midfielders in the league. And Walsh won the ball, but couldn't find the pass. And go out of play. And Clifford will retake her throw. It was long and up in the air from Wheels. Watkins turning inside. Walsh. All over the top, skews into Ponty. Does sit on it, but realises we'll just get it back underway. Probably not time for undering out too much. And South a lot more space in this second half to play out. Just giving themselves a bit more room. Kingborough pressed them this time. Lashmar, the Wheels. Nice from Wheels. Wiley trying to overlap. Watkins working hard. Much better second half from her, obviously, with a cracking goal. But doing the hard work in defence as well. Wiley with a long throw. Recollect. Goes inside. It's caught on the way through. Maybe a half a chance of a free kick there. But they'll get a corner anyway.
Use it, Hunt, come on. You can organise what he's got behind.
Lashmar. Need her delivery to be spot on here. A bit skewed again. It's nice and high, though. Payne's there. It doesn't fall for Fuchs. And Mutsasot to win the foot race. And now Hennessy's back here in a one-on-one with Mamich. McIntosh will have to talk clearly and ends up making an effective clearance, but just settling things down. It's a nice bit of a chaos ball. Just didn't quite fall for a Kingborough player. And again, the intensity of South are bringing in the second half noticeably different. Clifford can't get through Lashmar. Right. Looked up in the air. And away. Payne will want to switch it. McIntosh launches it forward. Bouncing ball in the middle. Westwood. Ball through. Here's Watkins on her left foot. Hits it early. Chips it again. And over the top this time. Maybe had time for a touch, but the angle was closing. So worth a shot. Ball through. Kingborough really under the pump. Haven't had a lot of shots in anger in this second half. He was so busy in that Kingborough goal. And, sorry, in that South Hobart goal. And she just hasn't had anywhere near as much to do in this second half. Choi trying to work her way through. Doesn't. Ball up the line. Lashmar. Bit of a sort of ricochet through the middle there. Watkins again. Ball just trickle out of play. Well, it goes fast again. Halzal's well, get past Baez. Mitsasos rampaging back. Working hard defensively. Davis really no chance of controlling that ball at a hip. And Kingborough just need to buck up their ideas a little bit here. They've been pressing well. It's well tackled by Wills. Looks like Clifford got a bit of a hip check on the way through though. And she saw. We'll just take a small breather while Clifford gets her breath. Still do have Batchelor on the bench, but I don't think they really want to use her today by the looks of it. And she's okay. Just maybe a little nice cork in the backside. Get up and take the throw. Wills. That's a good intervention. House has to spin out of trouble. She does well. Payne. And skews out of play. Just haven't been able to get that momentum going in the second half. And they're starting to run out of time here. There's a Sammy Watkins goal to separate the sides at the moment. What would be a pretty big away win for South Hobart. And with the game in hand, Clifford trying to keep it from Walsh, and Walsh will put right straight under pressure. And comes off Bridget Wright, or it does come off Davis for a goal kick. No complaints from the Kingborough captain.
Come on, playing short, come on. Good, Tegan.
And a little free kick for South Hobart. Again, just these little things going their way. It's the sort of thing you just need to do to see out a game. These little free kicks. Still about 15 minutes to go in this one, so good time in this one for either team to either, well, Kingborough to either come back into it or South Hobart to separate themselves a bit more. Here's Choi. Good ball in. Baez running through now. Payne in a one-on-one. That's up high. Away by Fuchs. Davis has some space. Takes a minute to just collect herself and pumps it into a 4-on-1 and a little bit deep. All right, into Clifford again. Well done by Hennessy, who's swapped flanks here. Just moved their fullbacks over. As Pishon Choi has just lost her boot. And they're playing on Kingborough through it. Choi's sort of slow to put her boot back on. And they're like, it's on her team, I'd almost be complaining. Kingborough wanting a free kick and not getting one. And it will be back out from South Hobart. Browning now. Half volley into Fuchs. It's a be clean and does just enough to shield Mamich off it. And Payne launch it up forward into the mixer. Howell, it's a bit of a hard bounce for her to handle. Mamich with good feet. Watkins again. She trying her left. Away by Hennessy. And just out for a throw in. Looks like South Hobart will make the second change today. Kingborough still yet to make one, and Clifford will come off. So halfline, and Batchelor will come into this game. little bit of boot issues for South Hobart at the moment. Fishon Choi losing hers a minute ago, and actually just taking a second to do hers up. It's a slight delay in the game. And Batchelor will take the field. She's got herself ready, and Watkins will throw it in. And away by Hennessy again. All in from Batchelor. Comes from Matsatsos. Here's Fishon Choi. Batchelor with their first proper touch. Goes back into a bit of traffic and away by Wheels. Batchelor will throw it back in. Will's kept that one in, and everyone has to just be reminded that the full ball has to go out. Walsh with a rampaging challenge. He threw. Kanagisa with an interesting ball, right, able to position herself well. Tries to get it to Watkins, surrounded by about 4 blue shirts. All off Wheels. And out of play. Hennessy with a long throw forward. Batchelor nods it down to Wheels. Browning. Watkins can manage to put Fuchs under pressure. Fuchs using her body well. Manage and being dangerous up there, but she's been pretty well held by the the Kingborough centre backs. I know she's been on the scoreboard, I would say it's a tough old day at the office for her in many respects. Kingborough still heavily warming up on the bench here. Edwards and Nadia Dandolo in particular. The ball comes in for Watkins. Does she get fouled? Doesn't get fouled. Wills has a bit of space. She's going to have to lump it forward. Walsh is sitting forward now. Kanagisa. Lashmar needs one more pass, and that's well read by Westwood. She'll go forward now. The physicality with Wiley, who just says, sit down. That will be a free kick and a yellow card for that challenge. We didn't have any support out there, so maybe not the most necessary kind of professional foul, but one that's been made all the same. And South able to take a bit more time out of the game. And Browning has had a few little opportunities going from this sort of angle. Leah Browning with the free kick. Loops it up. McIntosh takes. And Tartos for company. It does well enough. Just wanting Lashmar to get on her bike. Westwood reading that one very well. Again, centre-back experience. But Walsh going through about 3 South Hobart players, knifing her way through the Browning challenge. Davis trying to cut inside on Sega, who's been a brick wall all day. It's really probably been the difference in a way. It's just Sega being able to hold Davis enough. And then South taking their opportunities. Here's Lashmar. Bit of space to run. Doesn't have much in the middle though. So we'll have to cut inside Watkins. Through Batchelor. Goes left on the shot and maybe a little, again, a half kind of shot, half cross. And in these little opportunities for Kingborough, just going begging again. And that's that difference. Is ball, if you're not clinical, not always going to win a game. That's a nice ball from Matsatsos, and the flag does go up. For a second, that might have just been timed well enough on the run. But not to be. Flag goes up. Kanagisa can't control that one. It just hasn't been clean enough in the second half from Kingborough. It's a nice throw in though from Danielle Kanagisa. Lashmar in some space. Davis got about 3 white shirts of company. Sliding challenge comes in. Sega got ball and then player. And out for a goal kick again. Kingborough. Not been happy about a few of these goal kick calls in the second half. Kingborough wanting a sub. They're not going to get it on this occasion. Here's Choi. Turning through a few. Browning's found a little pocket in behind here. He's gone quickly. Nutmegs Hennessy plays it in with a half volley. McIntosh takes it well. As Kingborough start to ready their first sub. That ball straight to Choi. And they've just got to take their time in picking these passes. Fuchs. Ball out to Westwood. Takes a tumble. No foul. Tries to follow up. Muchmar able to find some space. Doesn't have much ahead of her again. So she lumps it forward, looking for Davis. And trickles out of play. And it will go out of play. And it will be a substitution of Keegan Hennessy. It's coming off for Kingborough. And Layla Jones, the replacement player. A little sub of the fullbacks. Looks like Ava Wiley has come back over to this near-hand side. Hennessy worked hard all game. Definitely maybe carrying almost a knock as well with some of that first half. And South will get back in the mixer. We'll see if that substitution can't spice things up a little bit for Kingborough. Just needing a little bit of energy to finish out this game, I think. And his wheels trying to put Batchelor under a little bit of pressure here. And just got clipped on the way through. That was a touch soft in the way. I don't think. And Wills will get a yellow card. She's committed a few of those fouls today and hasn't been happy with them. And so that will be the third yellow card of the game. Third for Kingborough. Maybe a little bit inopportune on the free kick. Definitely contact there, but maybe not intentional. Batchelor will take the free kick anyway, and Walsh's header skew out of play. She'll throw it in towards Watkins. Again, her goal separating the two teams. And Wiley having to play it out. As we just creep into the last 5 minutes of this one of regular time. Can Kingborough pull it back to 2-2, or will South Hobart themselves 2 points up on their rivals? And it's action station for Kingborough now. Kingborough just getting a player ready to deliver a ball quickly if they need to. Mamich doesn't get fouled. Thought she might have, but stays down. There's a bit of a sore shin. Back up now. It's a bit of a speculative shot, but I think Westwood almost finding crazy goal for South Hobart. Been some good finishing today. Watkins and Walsh with two pretty neatly taken finishes. And Choi and Wiley. Off Wiley last. And Batchelor will take another throw in. Watkins gets in the back of Wiley and a free kick for the Kingborough fullback. Payne's ball's a bit flat. And I'll go forward from McIntosh. And I'll go into the midfield. Here's Lashmar. Can't find Davis. And Bridget Wright into the middle there. Here's Wright. Wiley can't win the ball, and Watkins play back into Choi. Sega. All this South Hobart possession. It's going to be what they want to see. It's maybe not the best ball out, though. McIntosh. Geez, Mamish's press has been intense. I think that's been she hasn't had a lot of the ball in this second half, but the pressing has been really good all game from South Hobart number 9. A little flick on from Davis. Ponting in a few minds about whether to take that or not. Hopkins will keep it in. Wiley having to body it. Wheels will come in. Be a little bit careful on the fouls, but eluded. And now Wright will just play it with Batchelor. Well done by Wheels. Davis in a bit of space. Can she take a touch and shoot? She does. It's didn't have the angle. Ponting right on the spot for that save.
Let's go.
Kingborough, you can feel they're really pushing it now. Do not want to lose this game. South ineffective in what they're doing today. And Sartsos, Baez. And Choi trying to keep it now, South Hobart. Done well to transition it out to the near side. Watkins, one-on-one with Wiley. Steps forward. Well done by Wiley. Wheels will get there first, but just be tipped over the top, and Batchelor will take a throw in. To Choi. And Batchelor again. Swings it in early. Mitch can't control it, but Mutsatsos wins it for South anyway. I think gives Watkins a shove. Just trying to get her out of her road. Blocked off a little bit. That's a bit skewed off the shin of Kanagisa. And in a bit of a game where a few throw-ins for Ree Batchelor to take in the second half. They will finally switch it out to that far side, but there's absolutely no one there for South Hobart. Playing very narrow on this near side. And Westwood, really converted centre-back. Playing full-back for them at the moment. And can't be much time left in this one. South. A bit of an old-fashioned performance from them in some ways. They've taken the opportunities they've been given and just been able to muck it up for Kingborough enough. And they'll win with half a sniff of still making things difficult for the Devonport Strikers. Again, looking at the fixture list, there's not too many challenging games left for the Strikers. South and Devonport do have to play each other once more. I think it will come down. I don't know if it will come down to that, but we'll probably say whether South have any chance at all. Here's Walsh, though. He's pushed forward from midfield. He's got Davis in the middle. Doesn't get it in quick enough. Kanagisa has to use her body well. Does well, but couldn't get a pass through to Walsh. And again, South is clearing it out of play effectively and quickly. Forward it goes. And Choi now. So we just want to keep it. Finds Westwood. She goes forward. No real purpose. Payne. Batchelor. Contested ball. Done by Payne. Pokes it through. Howe. It's pulled down. Mutsatsos does well. He's in behind alone. Goes early on the shots. McIntosh bundles it and gets up again well. Challenged by Mamich. Could have been another poacher's opportunity for her. McIntosh does well in the end. And Kingborough hold on to only being one down. And Davis now. Can she do anything late in the game? Batchelor. Big challenge. It's a nice ball from right. Release Watkins. Again, this pressure's coming. Wills. He's going to need some options. Doesn't really have a lot in front of her. Choi pulling her down and does get a free kick. And Choi happy to slow the game down just a little bit there. And Watkins also making sure Walsh can't take this quickly. It's going to have to go in the mixer. Probably want to get a few players forward. And Fuchs has gone up there. Davis is in the area. Fuchs as well. Mamich. In a bit of space. Howell's trying to make it hard for the number 9. Gets around well, Mamich. Big challenge by Walsh. Backed up well by Browning. Off the referee, but Browning will take it. And that ball into the arms of Erica McIntosh. And that will be full time. 2-1 to South Hobart down at Lightwood Park in a fascinating game. Both teams having opportunities to win it. South Hobart just being more clinical in the end. Really only had 2 opportunities to score and they've taken, well, both of them. That's a big win for them. That will put them 2 points up on Kingborough. And with a game in hand as well, that might just cement them as clear second place favourites. Still a fair bit of time to go in this season, but again, South Hobart faithful will be very happy with a little away win. The two teams that I'd say developing a very nice rivalry between them. More football to come today on Football Tasmania TV. South Hobart versus Kingborough. Later on in the NPL men, Tanner Code on the call for that one. And WSL unfolding throughout the week as well. It's been a great game between 2 evenly matched teams. I really enjoyed it. I think just reiterate the goal scorers before we leave you, with Sammy Watkins scoring the winner after Josie Mamich's first half poaching effort. With Hannah Walsh also finding a score sheet again for Kingborough, but ultimately couldn't get them over the line, and South Hobart will walk away with all 3 points at Lightwood Park. My name's been Alex Mummery. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you later on tonight.
In wins, they're a bit nicer, aren't they?
Normally I've lost.
Yeah.